The next thing I want to talk about is cleaning. Cleaning your properties is so freaking important. And again, just like contractors, I mean, there's good cleaners and there's like really good cleaners. And then there's people that just clean their own properties and they miss a bunch of stuff. And, they list houses with, dirty windows and sawdust in the corner and stuff like that. Generally, depending on the level of renovation that you did, uh, you may not have a deep, deep, deep cleaning. But most often, you're going to have a good amount of cleaning, and it's so important to get your houses looking really good, super clean, and smelling good, and not smelling like we're trying to create this fake mask up scents and stuff like that. But when somebody walks into a freshly cleaned house that smells like uh, Febreze and you know whatever those cleaners scents are, fresh ocean breeze and linen or whatever. Anyway, it's like refreshing. So getting your properties super clean is so important. Your first impressions, you only get one chance to make a first impression, and statistics show that people are putting that first impression together really within those first few seconds. And you just want it to show well. I mean, you don't want a dirty house. And I've walked properties that this is where realtors, in my opinion, get it wrong a lot of times. Is we're going to talk about pictures, we're going to talk about some other stuff, but not presenting their properties well and having a super clean property. I mean, anytime you go to buy a car, you go to a lot. I mean, what's the one thing that you notice? Like that car, it could be 200,000 miles. It could have the transmission about ready to drop, but man, that thing is clean. Like it's clean. It's got mats out and it smells good. There's just a psychology about it that, clean means good. Uh, Deep clean the windows, the baseboards. I mean, your cleaners need to be paying attention to insides of the cabinets, behind the stuff and the vanities and inside the vanities. And I tell you one thing that we do on our punch list days, I just assign this out to one of my guys, but they go through and they get a compressor and they blow everything out. They're blowing out the basement, they're blowing out the ceiling, around the water heater, the furnace, they're blowing off the furnace, they're blowing out the cabinets, they're blowing out the tops of the ledges, the door frames, the window sashes, the ledges. I mean, everything. They just get a compressor and they blow everything out. Blow out the ceiling in the basement, blow out the garages. I mean, just it sounds silly, but you just get all this nasty stuff off, the stuff in the corners, the stuff hiding, and then it's gonna fall, and then you're gonna vacuum and clean it and sweep it and everything. But just clean everything. Make sure light fixtures are clean. If you're probably installing brand new ones, but if you've got used, existing light fixtures, make sure they're all clean. Usually you've got new flooring and carpets. If you don't, professionally clean the flooring and the carpets. If you've got uh, existing carpeting. This is something that we do probably half of the time, but clean the ductwork. If you've had a heavy renovation, or especially it's a no-brainer. If we've ever had any property that had a significant pet issue or anything like that, we're cleaning the ductwork. I use Denise with BMAs, but there's a lot of great companies out there. Clean your ductwork because it's going to have funky, junky stuff in it. You can even do an ozone treatment or sterilization or something that they do. Uh, and again, that just clean, it's fresh. Cleaning is so important. Don't skip on that.